The ABS project embarked on a community snake handling training. We went to 7 different communities in St. Lucia that is affected by encounters with the Fer-De-Lance. We started from Millet, we went to Ancillary, then we went to Canaries, then we went on the East Coast to Dennery, North and South, and then we now are in Miku, where we're servicing both Miku North and Pale. So we have served at least 70 participants, more than 70 participants. They range from doctors to teachers to fire officers, as well as community leaders and community um, citizens. This training was mainly focused on understanding the difference between the boa constrictor and the Fer-De-Lance, understanding its habitat, understanding where it lives, what it wants, understanding how to protect yourself, because that's the first thing we put. We put human life as well as public health as a priority. And so we want to ensure that whilst there are increased encounters, we want to ensure that the community is equipped with the knowledge in order to protect themselves and their loved ones from bites from the Fer-De-Lance.
Okay, so this training session is part of a grander scheme of the ABS. Tell us what this will feed into and what future documentation it will involve.
So this training is just the first step in a long process that we have. We are focused on the Fer-De-Lance because there is some potential for the venom. We are not certain as yet, and we want to do some further research into that. And so for us to ensure that the communities are okay with this or can live in coexistence with the species, we want to train them first. Then afterwards, we will be doing some training on how to remove or extract the venom from the St. Lucia Fer-De-Lance, and thereby doing some further research with international partners on this venom to understand its properties, its medicinal properties, its pharmaceutical properties. So this is just one step in the right direction. We're also going to equip at least 1 or 2 persons within the communities with the personal protective equipment. As community snake handlers with the Department of Forestry, this is something that will be ongoing, and we'll be contacting those individuals later on this year.
We've been going to different communities where people live and work in snake habitat, Millet, Ancillary Canaries, Dennery, Wale. So our goal is to train people on how to capture and contain the snakes, and then they can call forestry to collect them, the forestry department. So with the knowledge and the technical expertise on how to interact safely with the snakes, they can be more confident that they can remain safe when encountering Fer-De-Lance.
Okay, just tell us a bit about the reception, some of the stigmas that you heard, stigmas reinforced, and how they were broken down during the training period.
So there are lots of myths about the Fer-De-Lance. It's very aggressive, it chases you, it's waiting to bite you. So we had lots of discussions where we debunked those myths, and with the live specimens, people were able to see that the snakes are not at all aggressive, that they are fairly calm. They might be energetic at first, but they tire quickly. If you approach them calmly and you handle them confidently, it's a fairly smooth process in getting the snake into into a container, or a bucket. Through the training, the trainees have realized that the snakes are not at all aggressive. They're fairly calm. So if you approach them carefully, you are mindful that they are trying to defend themselves. So if they feel threatened, you keep your distance and you use the tools, you use your personal protective equipment. You can be safe when interacting with snakes. You can be safe in Fer-De-Lance habitat. People have been living next to Fer-De-Lance for generations, so they've been observing the snakes, what sort of microhabitats the snakes prefer, banana plantations, cocoa leaf litter, rocky areas, dry areas, and so on, next to rivers. So we can get that information from them, because our Fer-De-Lance is understudied. We can also identify the hotspots where snakes are most frequently encountered. We can use that information to tell people how to stay safe, and also to have a better understanding of the ecology of the species. So it's all about human safety first, and as well as the conservation of a uniquely St. Lucian species.
Just give me your feedback on today's training.
I think today's training is so valuable. It's just good to have the knowledge and then the experience. The hands-on experience is very good. I still have the racing heart from the adrenaline and stuff, but the more exposure you have, coupled with the knowledge, and then just the hands-on and just staying calm in the situation, like I feel like it will really help me when I'm in the field and I come across them to know how to handle them better and safely.
Okay.
Well, we have a lot of snakes in the area where I am and on our farm. We have both boa and the Fer-De-Lance, and we've actually gotten more of the Fer-De-Lance than the boas. And we've had everything from, less than a foot all the way up to 5 foot, 6 foot ones. And so we have a lot of them, and they've been in areas that are widely traveled, like we're there all the time, and so it's not just in the bush, they're actually in the areas that we walk through every day. And so just being aware and watching for them and realizing that they can be not only on the ground but in the trees and so forth. But yeah, we have a lot of them in the area where I am, and so this training is really vital to us being able to be successful as a farmer. I think just realizing that it is part of the food chain, so it does serve a purpose. You know, we're in their area and they're going to kind of be in ours at times, so we have to learn how to coexist. So I have hopes that being more familiar with them and how to handle them safely will ease some of the fears attached to it and some of the stigma, and just being aware, and when I do come across them, that some of the fears that maybe before would have caused me to be quick acting to just kill them, versus now thinking about it a little differently. It has definitely helped to shift my my point of view, my perspective on it. Yeah.